curious how this composition is going to work now that they're not against a brand new
Okay,
team.
KCOP on defense, we got Eternal Fire and attack.
I think that Fabian was able to get away with an awful lot of things that I feel like a better, more cohesive team would have punished. And I want to see if KC are that better, more cohesive team. Because they were in the first map.
Drone tag goes in, Fade Eye goes in.
I think we could already see
they know they're
the
fighting
practice
C.
paying off
This
for
is nice from
KC.
Eternal Fire. As soon as they
Their
realize they're
new
fighting
approach,
over towards C, they put themselves in a position to B, C default.
loosening up the
They just
restraints
gotta cross
on
this
players a little
without.
bit, allowing them to play how they
You know.
like. And, well, you know how Levin likes to play. He's already in their spawn under pressure, though. Paranoia has hit.
Oh,
Levin will fall.
Levin lost his 1v1.
Alongside,
Should
and
be
now
the round.
C-side under threat. Doja's rotated in ahead of the curve. A little bit of damage is all he's going to get. The recon's pushed him back, and the stun almost claimed him. But he's able to make it. Out for the 3 versus 3 retake. A nice bit of aggression from Eternal Fire, but the
Nice
catch on to
damage.
Audaz has complicated things.
They've taken a lot
Oh
of
yeah,
damage.
they saw they didn't cross back. They
already.
watched the line the whole time.
Leaving it down to
One enemy remaining.
just
Very
one
nice,
remaining.
man. Fair play.
Izzy versus the world to try and bring them home
Oi,
a pistol. And
some
he's
missed
been
up.
revealed. Only going to make it ever worse. 25 health, and they know exactly
Hey, they handled
where
this
he
well,
is.
man.
It is all
They handled
too
this well.
easy for KC in that retake. And they're going to start things
Said one against
off
C9.
with a
Yeah,
bang.
I watched the
And as you sort of mentioned, like a lot of what we're seeing
last
right now
couple of
is that
rounds on
sort of
Lotus just to see what
individual
was going on.
brilliance, that aggression, that
wasn't great.
freedom coming out from the KC players. And I do remember Powell always said that Levin needed more freedom.
Yes, that's true.
How was
I
Basic
think
yesterday?
historically
He looks
one of
good,
the
man. He probably had the
criticisms
best
that
Deadlock
Powell
performance
has
I've
as a
seen.
coach is just putting that man on too much of a leash.
He was too restricted, yeah.
That's the thing. And now, you
His
know,
Deadlock
seeing
on
him get
Sunset
to play
looked
his
really
own
good.
game.
He's in the building. He's going to find us.
Like when teams are locking
This
in
door
Deadlock,
doesn't lock.
that's probably what
I've
they
just
envision every
realized
single
that.
It's
time.
also made a glass. So
But it's
not
the
like
first
it
time
would've
it's actually
stopped
like
No,
looked
I'm not sure
unbelievable.
many materials would have stopped him. I think if he's hearing what we're saying, he's angry enough to break through anything. Well, the judge up close for Sugetsu does well. KC, man advantage early on. It is the anti-eco. Classics across the board for Eternal Fire. So not much hope that they can deliver a competitive performance.
E9?
but
Oh, they must be
let's see what
demoralized.
they can give. But, I mean, Levin's playing loose. We love to see it.
Loosey-goosey.
Kinda though. He
Son,
didn't.
Pal never
He
would've
didn't
let him do that.
overcommit.
They'd be 5v4.
Yeah, and that
You
would
could
be
definitely
a
say the
problem.
original move was overcommitting, but
Oh. Everybody hunting for orbs. That TP was fairly well documented by Levin. Eventually overwhelmed, but he's found his 3.
very nice. Only
loses
one
himself an SMG, and they're going to try and juggle things around.
Yeah.
And
saved every
it looks
single
like they were
gun.
well juggled. That's not a
Nicely
sentence
done.
I ever thought I would say.
Looks like they were well
I wonder why
juggled.
Liquid didn't go for a Marv type
It
sub
does. I
instead
have
of
to-
playing
that is what
low
they said.
hand. That's my main
unfortunately
question.
have to agree with you there,
That is
Tom.
my main
It
question.
did look like they were very
Because it's
well
such a big
juggled
thing,
as
you
put
gotta
it.
know that it's
So all the
happening.
weapons of
So
significance
why would you
carried
not get
forward.
a,
I think the Marshall left
like,
behind. No, that Marshall carried
Player
forward
with
as well.
experience to sub
And
in?
so a 2-0
It's
for
very
KC
questionable,
with
I will
a
say.
very healthy economy coming out of this one. Even get a rifle on Doja for good measure. So a chance for the defensive side. And early on we can see Eternal
You
Fire
should have
there,
played.
gonna
No,
spread the
that's
net.
the complete opposite of what they should have done.
In a round like this, it makes sense. In almost every fight that you're going to get, any bit of aggression KC put up, unless it's an execute off utility, in which case normally it's going to be in the choke points themselves, not further back where Eternal Fire are holding. As every fight will be favorable, so why not just wait? Let them push up, and then claim that space slowly. Obviously now they're making a lot of noise towards this C site, and the danger is it's fairly easy to predict for KC. That you can see they've already rotated in 3 players to the site itself. Narrate ready to swing open that door and cause issues, or TP back as a 4th man. All the while this trap is covering B. I do expect Eternal Fire to pivot, but they need to apply a bit more pressure first.
I'm out of here. We're good.
Utility holding them back.
This since this Omen smoke goes in,
Taking space, but
do
it
they
has
not
been
just have to
noted.
pivot?
Now him breaking of that
The-
util is enough for them to try and
Whoa,
rotate
little
back.
double on that as
Dosia
well.
alone
TPs to
been
safety,
enough
they
of a
can't trade
nemesis.
anything.
Left.
2
For
committed
Eternal
over
Fire.
towards site. Viper
A
can
quick
fast
double,
flood.
not a lick of
The
damage
Getsu
done
still
to
has
him and his
Molly.
teammates all looking to rotate into position.
Getsu
He goes
still
for a
has
little more,
Molly.
but it's shut down by Echo. Sugetsu trades, but actually Eternal Fire are doing well to fight this one back. Eventually,
Oh, I'd be
that
pissed,
plant
man,
looks to
passing.
come through, but this kill should be fairly easy for Narrate. Only a single body shot needed. And now he can wait.
Did you know they were inside there?
Watch.
Do you not have to molly default?
As Aves looks to come back around, he still has himself a seize available. Haunt. Maybe ticking down. They are taking their time.
What
and it
the
makes
hell?
no
He is
difference.
not on the screen.
Narrate is just on it today. Another 3-0 start for KC.
This is the thing, like, despite the fact that KC are playing looser, you see in these moments the discipline kick in. They
Man, I have to
realize,
sit up
okay,
to see this
now
one.
we gotta play tight. That from Doja, though, was insane. Eternal Fire were playing this ruse perfectly.
Whoa.
Initial noise on C, 4-man rotate towards the C site. 3 essentially, with Narrate being that flex man to help out. And then they open the
play.
door. They pull Narrate back.
Lovely shot.
They break the trip on B as well. And all the while, KC, they leave the C site. They think that the hit's coming in on B. It looks like Eternal Fire can burst through and have an easy fight with only Doja in the way, and he gets a collateral the second the smoke fades. And your whole plan is undone. The numbers now back in favor for the defense. For Eternal Fire, this is the worst moment for it to happen as well in a buy round like that. It's KC getting looks. Hold on, though. A bit of a
Yeah,
challenge on the
playing loose,
side,
but
and
Aves
now
should
it's
probably be
getting
protecting
dangerous.
that.
Saketsu now looks to go out as well.
Spammable, but he thinks
Like
it's
he can deny the
back
plant, the
of
spam will
sight,
give his
I guess.
position away. Echo.
Do
in the
they
meantime,
consider
has
the
claimed
lock? No.
Very aggressive
Oh, he's
position, but
lucky
he
he's
whiffs.
missed.
He doesn't manage to get the kill. That puts things back to in 3v3 with a weaponry advantage for this defensive side. Door being open just for the visual. Izzy, who managed to get them that advantage in the first place, just trying to play proactively, trying to get into their face, but being low HP, he has to be that little bit more careful. Levin, he's just walking
Nice
up
shot.
and just takes both down. Fabian, he's going to die to the
That's
utility.
perfect volley.
There was nowhere left
It's
for him
nice
to
from
go.
Levin. That was great from him.
And it seems like just
I
almost
mean, no,
the noise
it's
that
a
was being
massive
created by
mess
the
up
other
from
players
Aves,
is
but
enough
his
for
team's
Levin to
bailed him
just
out.
walk in.
They are having fun now. This is a problem. For
Should
Eternal Fire,
narrate
they're the team we
TP
talk
after
about
the
being able to
first
run
kill,
away with
especially
things.
after he's heard
And
door?
right here,
Sure.
they put a serious spanner
Should
in the
narrate
works.
be tethering door?
Then it all fell apart towards
Yeah.
the end. Of course,
Is
weaker
it?
weapons
Is
in
it?
play. Excuses
Did he use
are
tether at the
there,
beginning
but
of the
at
round, maybe?
4-0 down,
The only reason
it's
I
time
can
to
think.
step up to the plate. Eternal Fire, pressure on. After that first map, in the second half, it looked decent. It looked a lot better. They needed to have a better start, and they don't want to be in that same position here. Early attack has pushed Narrate back, but
Mate, they're just missing,
well,
are they
an
not?
audacious play by Audaz has very much been caught. They walking through this, and it's working.
This feels like almost a rank strat. TP into the spawn. The rest of the team were so much further behind that there was enough time for them to aggress and evolve. Fabian is going to try
Whoa,
and get
nice
it.
shot.
He's always
Nice
clean
shot.
with the shot. Sometimes this man alone could be enough to steal you around. Is it one that they can recreate? We'll
Makes
have to wait and see.
the
They
makes the
haven't even
Vandal
finished
look
this
like a
one off
phantom,
yet.
I swear.
But of course,
He just
he
commits
gets
to
himself
everything.
healed all the way back up. Echo in position as well, and for Narrate, it's going to be a difficult spot to clear, and
a lovely
Fabian
round from
has no fear. A first
Three
round
surviving,
on
only one armor
the
rebuy
board.
and
The
one.
first few kills as well for Fabian. He
bad.
was having a really troublesome game up
Gotta get
until
2 in
that
a row,
point,
yeah.
but as said, at any moment,
have a
it
game,
seems
yeah,
like he
they-
could just
they
step
really
up and
needed
take
this.
over.
Yeah, I think as well, the opening pick for Echo.
Narrate's Phoenix
Very
stats
important
during
for them to make
EWC
it inside. He
was
had a drone leading the way,
1.32
but
on
if
10
he
maps.
loses that duel, I
Pretty good.
don't think they're even getting boots on the
174
ground.
ADR.
For KC, that was what defined it.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but
Yes.
I feel like on this
Yeah,
attack side,
that's
Fabian
decent.
is basically just waiting for the evolution and then using it like a Reyna. Like, would he genuinely be better off be playing Reyna?
I'll never agree to that.
What did he just say?
I'll never
Okay.
say yes, but,
But in
I see
comparison,
your
tell
idea.
me what he has done with the rest of the utility that makes it better than him just playing Reyna.
Oh, well, of course, he's got a trap to protect the flank. Look at it,
He
protecting
actually
the flank.
used
Can you see it?
one of the rounds he used it in the post plant and it was
Yeah.
shot within half a second.
Yeah, well, you can see he's used it here. Do you see it?
Why is,
Can you
why is
see
he
where it
going
is?
for Rainer instead of
Yeah, real
instead of
close.
Chamber? That's normally the
it's not
direct
there.
Nice.
comparison.
I'm
Not there. I
almost
think it got
touching the
shot
monitor
again.
with my nose.
Ooh.
Well, Levin's being shot as well. That's the thing. I would expect that to be used just as the flank protect. They're not doing that, which is a little bit strange, because I'd say that is the big advantage. And then obviously, when you're flooding out right now, counter utility being broken, that's a little bit
Very
dangerous.
nice.
Doja
Does he
able to
expect the
walk
lock
through
on
and
top of this?
isolate
Probably
one.
not.
There is a man in the
Very
back.
nice, big kill.
They'll never expect Echo able to take one down, and the fights on the site working out wonderfully. It's a good recovery for Eternal Fire when it looked like there was a bump in the
Very
road,
nice.
but
Good
they
shots
hit
from
it
Izzy.
softly.
2 in a row.
Yeah,
They
winning
almost
some of
break
those
the econ. There's
individual
one more buy
fights,
coming in.
getting themselves into position. I was a little bit worried about Dosia, but yeah, you have that.
Yeah, they're struggling a
late lurk, and I guess
little bit
that's why
against the
they don't
attack
have
ops, but
a
not too much.
util holding onto the back line, is they just have
Happened
Echo
on Sunset a couple of
holding
rounds.
onto the back line. But this was the same in the last map. You had some of those moments, those openings from Izzy that they just weren't able to convert, and I think their post plants definitely seemed to struggle a little bit more, but I guess for the most part it was them playing over on that defensive side. For now at least. A couple on the board, but the economy's still pretty good for the side of KC. I guess the other real argument, like removing Reyna from the conversation, it does feel like Chamber would make more sense.
Okay, there we go. That's a
Yeah, I
valid
can
argument.
certainly give you that we have the same opinion. I think that when it comes to this agent, though, there are definitely things that are on offer that I enjoy. I just don't see KC.
Very nice from Echo at the moment.
Using
Just solo,
Vito
create
for
pressure
that
over
right
towards
now.
A.
As Petra said,
Open
I
door.
think in general, I would
Prowler
agree.
should hit.
I haven't really seen a Vito that I thought that's worth the slot.
Problem is they're making
Instead of
way
going
too
to
much
someone else.
sound
Now,
over towards
big
C.
bursty
If they had
utilities
actually
from
cut
KC to
sound
keep
over
them
towards
back
C,
from
didn't
this
really
C
do
side,
anything
but
here
it's
after
all
their
Rouge.
original default.
Eternal Fire
Like this
intending
door
to play
pressure
this
could be
late
everyone.
onto A, but Echo's been spotted and hasn't managed to find the pick in the meantime.
They should pop off the wall before Narrate gets a kill
They
here,
don't know
but
how many players are waiting on A, and the more seconds go by, the more players will be here. Narrate, not even part of that. There's 3 players on the site now.
They get the crossfire in hand. Man advantage, but not for long. Viper's Pit in position. It was Echo actually playing a bit of a risky getting him around it. The spams doing damage.
Oh my god, and
actually,
Naves got one as well.
Gonna drop the spike. They also got rid of
And the
Echo at
fade
the
eye's
same
good.
time. Ordaz has nowhere left
they
to
fought
go.
well together here.
That wasn't even a retake. That was a pre-take from
It was
KC.
really bad from Eternal Fire
That
though.
was wild,
They just
yeah,
made sound at
spamming
the
through
same
the
time that it
box,
just became
through
too
the
obvious.
pit
Rotate
from
goes
2
in
different
fast and they managed to get
angles
2 in
as
heaven
well,
when they're heading over towards
I
site.
guess they covered all their bases. There was nowhere left to hide, nowhere to run. It's a crazy round. But this rotation as well, that probably should have ended the round already. They go
3 round
swinging
Atomo
out,
with the
looking
prime
for
push
player
at
on
25
site,
Mouse.
and there
Thanks
are
so much.
2 more up top helping out. That ultimate from Doja getting him into the right place at the right time.
Do you ever think they'll make a 4-sided map? Nah, I
An
don't.
immediate timeout.
I strongly think that the next map will be a 3-site map though.
And they're right back to taking a breather.
Yeah, the last round before that.
Okay, so I looked at the mini map of the most current one, and I think they're running slightly out of ideas because every like bit of the map like replicates something that already exists, which makes me just think that they'll go for their 3-site map for sure.
It feels like
especially as they don't get too many complaints about Lotus Haven. It just makes sense.
Again, like you go back to stage 1, and it was the polar opposite. They could never get themselves into a good position to begin with. So they're definitely looking like the team feeling confident. Sugatsu getting hyped up as well. It's said, like we hadn't seen the best of him in a while, but coming in today, he's looked great. And now 5-2.
I think weirder maps would be better. I
I
think
defense, of course, the
3-site maps
majority of
suit
rounds
the
from
game
Eternal
better
Fire when they play versus
because of
Liquid
Sentinels.
were on that defensive side.
I also
So
think
I do
the maps
think
are
it would
normally
be
designed a bit
foolish
better because they have
to
to
go into this
consider
and just
what they
believe
think
that
about
that's gonna
middle a little
convert
bit more.
over in the same sort of way, especially when I think when it was Paper X, this is where KC actually did fantastically well on the attack. Paper X are quite a good team.
And I think with the way things have gone for Eternal Fire, I'd like to hear what's going on in the
He's so good with the slides. Dude, Fabian is really tilted.
Chamberlain şey de orada. Neon da oradaydı.
Doner alıp dönsene ya.
Ya bir C'di beyler. Şu an döndüler
Base split
ama.
atak bak. Base split atak tamam mı? Gidin kapıyı açıp paranoya at. Gelin base split atak.
Kanka A'da beni görmedi. AP Hobbit.
Bol açtım.
Ömer bekle oğlum
Bak
kapama.
kapıyı aç. Hatta kapıyı açıp denesene kanka. Fight at. Trebi yok mu önünde? Var be.
Oluyordur biri seni.
Var önünde trebi var. Bol açtım sana. Drop'a backside'e bakabilirsin. Rebini kıracağım ben.
Aa fake bir
Ayrıca böyle bir
site'deki
şey
bırak.
Sağlam
Sağa
sağlam
galiba.
yürü 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 sızmaya çalış yürü kurma.
Heaven'da.
Önünde bir program.
I don't know about you, Tom, but I got a lot from that. It's interesting to get a peek behind the curtain there for
Kinda
Eternal
has to
Fire.
push
A lot of
just to
talk
get a
about
kill.
getting the spike to a site. Now, that job's being done with the A site taken, but Audaz wants a little bit more. The retake already too strong for KC in a 4v2, but now the herd's been thinned out. And
oh my god.
the snake in the grass finds its fangs deep.
Oh, he actually got out of there. Oh, he goes back for more.
KC side. Echo might even get away with this, but no, Levin is on his tail. Won't let him escape. The paranoia, though, should put him in the ground. Audaz left into a 1v1. It's Doja on the other side, still with the paranoia to work with, but his position.
Dude, this smoke from him was great.
Audaz looking the wrong way, and he won't just in time. Big round for Doja.
They made that
KC,
2v4
they will find six
super doable, man. They played well
attempt
in the
against the
two.
numbers.
It's funny as well, because you know on Audaz's side he's going, well, my opponent isn't just going to walk straight through that smoke, so I'm going to hold the angle where he walks around. Because the funny thing with that is, that's exactly what Eternal Fire would have done. They would have walked straight through the smoke and just gone for the aim duel. It's confidence, it's a surprise, and it's what KC have been doing throughout the entirety of the map. And as you can see, a taste of your own medicine sometimes isn't quite as sweet as you'd hope.
You know, I love as well, these listen-ins are often called before the round starts, and I feel like our producers are honestly on for a streak of curses, unlike
I know, it's
anything
always
I've
the
ever
losing
seen.
team.
Feels like every time a team just gets bombed out. Maybe we need a KC listen-in. It's the only thing that could slow them down. A 6-2.
That was a bit weird of what's going on.
Eternal Fire now starting
Like
to show
that right
up when they've got
here
the weaker
is
weapons. The
Narrate
opening
not
pick was
relaying enough
something, but
info to the C
a
guys
hiccup. It's
about what's
turned
been
into a
going on
real
the C
problem now
default.
for a 5v3.
They didn't come up with a plan to actually like someone go
Very
deep and shoot the recon
fast-paced
here.
take and, well, for the defense. Economically not in the greatest position in the world. But you have to be a little bit careful that if they're going in, if they're going to try and challenge versus Eternal Fire, there's actually a chance for them to win the round. The best chance seems to be with Narrate, and he's already gone. That's the operator lost. And for the remaining two, they need to try and save, but the question is, can they save? Dealing with Izzy gives them a chance. And well, these weaker weapons are hoping to try and find themselves an upgrade, and that they have.
Big round to win. They get the attack op as well, something that's been getting
not
us
a
some
round that
picks.
I was putting any stock into for Eternal Fire. You saw after losing that previous round right off the back of the pause, the vibes were not looking good on their side of the stage. But now is when they decide to step up in a big way. Izzy sliding his way into that opening duel, the TP for the reposition on Audaz, finding them a second. And from that point, there's weapons to be recovered, a site to defend, and a spike ticking in your favor. Eternal Fire not going to let this one slip too far. 6-3, still a very workable scoreline for this squad.
Yeah, for sure. I think if their defensive side's anything like last time, if Fabian can get going as he did, there's
Money in the
definitely still
bin.
opportunities.
Money's
but
in the
as said,
bin.
The attack
Force them
side
down to
that
an eco.
KC played
Should be
versus
6-4.
PaperX was fantastic. So definite
At
opportunities
the same
for them
time
in
on
that
the
next
eco,
half as
probably
well.
want to get Sovo.
With 6 already on the board. This one isn't looking too likely, but Adosia and Levin Sheriff, nothing to turn your nose up at. It's also worth noting that, of course, Narrate has the
So
head
it's a
hunter,
good little
so
bait from the chamber. The chamber needs to
potential
make sure
damage.
that he TPs early
Narrate
with
should
this.
also be baiting. That's the real opportunity. If he's spotted, taken down, or TP'd, and then Levin
Okay, now he
be
can
the one.
TP.
Now,
Did
I
really
don't
good,
know
man.
if that drone
Shot
will
the
have seen
drone.
him. It doesn't look like
it's
it,
unlucky.
but
It was a good
Neki
bait.
clears him anyways. Picks himself one and a second onto Aves, and that is a lot of the danger.
Once you see that from his
very early
POV,
on.
you're gonna realize how shocking that was.
Still some remaining when that wall drops as well. Headhunter going to carry a lot of value. Only 2 shots left for Narrate. Lets the neon slide on by. Not going to take that shot at all. No, it's messy. Won't get there in the end.
The hardest player to hit with a headhunter and only 2 bullets. Dosia has managed to find one, but he is nowhere near the action anymore. The spike hightailing its way towards the other side. Now, Dosia has managed to get a rifle. Audaz might be having flashbacks to the last time he held around a smoke. But there's 2 players on the other side of this. The only worry I have is they are fighting him. They know exactly where he is. He doesn't really have anything to lose. They will be able to buy into the next round anyway.
It's 2 damage.
Now just sitting on that high-low. It seems like an impossibility for him to get anything done. Nice work from Eternal Fire to weather
They have enough
the
for an
storm
op
of
here
aggression
as well,
in that
so
round.
op.
And fighting back towards that 6-6 scoreline.
Yeah, I am expecting KC to show us that same strength in a big way in the next half. So if we can at least see Eternal Fire step up to 6-6, I think we're in a much better spot. Because thinking back to Sunset, the weaknesses were on that defensive side for
How did
Eternal
KRX
Fire.
look? Weird, man. They looked weird.
Pressure, being able to lurk
Played
with
triple
extreme
duelist every
efficiency.
map.
There was a round where they literally just walked up behind Eternal Fire in the one gap that was left open, and nobody was even thinking about it.
It had some thought behind it.
I don't expect that level of mistake from Eternal Fire, but at the same time, I do expect that same ability to think on their feet and on the fly for KC. Hunter's Fury here. Neki almost taking Abez down. He's done damage, but the kills go the other way. And it's dangerous now. That Nightfall making it much easier to finish off their dinner.
I think no matter what, K-Corp are going to get a pretty good score here. It's normally a little defense-sided when you play the chamber.
Some of that damage
like 7-5 is normally the most common.
The Nightfall, but that certainly isn't. Head ripped off.
Watch the check.
Right back to winning
like
ways
I'm
for
sitting
KC. Only Neki and Order stand between them, and what looks like a fairly clean round, but they do have to be careful. They don't want to give anything over to the players on the other side, but for Dosia, he really has been unstoppable in this half. Neki now needs a 1v5, and I think he'll be lucky to get the 1.
Well, he'll be very lucky now to survive even a couple more seconds. A decent attempt, all things considered. But 7-4
might be a big round here.
Go 1 round left to play for, and the question now, can Eternal Fire make this, well, a manageable situation? Give themselves a chance to equalize with a pistol found, or
yeah, I mean,
will this
DRX
be
will
an
do
uphill
anything,
battle
man.
in a series that is already stacked.
I can't work out that
against
team.
Sunset.
Yeah, it's both teams in theory, if we're going based on just the last couple of times they played, going into their favor.
Is his name really Doja and not DOS9?
Could make all the
he kind of messed up. When he's in Pacific, he told them to call him one thing. When he was in the EMEA, he told them to call him the other thing.
Just a pistol
I don't even think he knows.
Fabian with the chance to evolve into this round, and actually, the aim taken away. Dosia, after the last, cleaned up in that spot. Now he's been cleared out.
Yeah, I was worried for Eternal Fire.
Spike planted.
Stepping right back into the same fight that Doja showed his strength in, but not going their way. The plant is theirs. The retake for KC, all coming in from spawn. The stun gonna set them apart.
Where's the double duelist? Don't they know about the new meta? Yeah.
I mean,
They didn't catch the memo on it.
That cover from Echo.
Shot.
Echo has been reliable so far. Big round for Abez. One more needed and found. Now they can make it towards the site. Echo standing by, but he's got back up, and Neki's drawn their eyes. Sagetsu can't even make it out of the drop, and by now the timer is too far gone. They know exactly where he is. Echo's even given him a chance, but not a chance to win. Just to stack the kills in his favor. That spike is to explode. 7-5 we go.
Yeah, decent.
Right, pretty much the most common half of a chamber. God knows what the most common half of Vito is.
Like they're going to be out of this one yet. Nonetheless, we're going to go down to an interview with Simon.
Yeah, he's just going to swing that.
So you've been with KARMINE Corp since 2022. Now you've stepped into the head coach role, and so much has changed already since stage 1. Can you tell us about the journey
to being
a contender?
Doesn't really happen that much.
So the start of the year was pretty rough for us. Sorry. Since I took the head coach, I think it gave us like a fresh start. Let's say, even though we didn't change roster. I'm not saying like that I'm doing anything better than Eng or like this type of stuff, because I do a lot of respect to him. I really appreciated like my time with him. Like during 2 years, it was a really good time. But like it felt that maybe a new approach like helped the team in a certain way. We're gonna like see it in stage 2, because for now we played only EWC qualifiers and like the EWC LAN. Of course, beating PaperX was something really good for us. It gave us confidence and trust in what we are doing every day and why we work. So we are now coming into stage 2, want to prove even more, show another face to our fans also, and get better.
So what's it been like working with the players that you know so well? Now they're seeing you slightly differently, but Narrate, for example, he's come back into this team, and back in 2024, I know that you built a fantastic relationship with him. So how is that now helping you in terms of leading the team and setting them up for success?
Yeah, I think other than the tactical part, I have a really strong aspect. It's how to handle a team, how to talk with people based on their personality. I will not talk to Narrate the same as I would talk to Sugetsu, because that's the human part. The human part, sorry, I understand really well. It's a really big strength I have, and I think that's helping us every day to manage emotions, manage frustrations, understand how to speak to certain persons in a certain way. So yeah, I feel with Narrate, for example, we have a really good connection, but it's because mostly I try to go in his way by talking to him based on his personality, you know, because he's not a player like the others. I don't know how to explain it properly, since people don't spend time with him, but he's a player that you need to speak with him a lot more than the others, to make him feel in comfort zone and this type of thing. So yeah, I think this connection helped me a lot with him.
Well, it's definitely helped the team so far. Thank you so much. Good luck today.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
That's good insight, though. I like that.
Yeah, well, it
Actually, good
certainly
interview.
has worked. A lot of
Yeah,
changes for KC, and like you said,
they
that
crammed a
fresh
lot into that
start
time. It was
without
good, though.
Really making the roster changes. Well, it has worked out in their favor, certainly on map 1, and leaving Lotus.
It's unlucky for Eternal Fire because there's just not too many numbers here.
That lead.
Oh my god, he's TP'd next to them.
Attack meet the forces of the defense in a big way and leave just Neki.
Can he get one more?
This A site. Time to take
Oh,
it
if he's
down.
puffing like that, he can.
But Neki digs deep for 2 more. His 3rd of the round connected, and a final will evade him. But Narrate's got 2 more to take down.
Yeah, it's given him an opportunity.
A lot of time
Narrate
to play
has been
with.
fantastic throughout the day, but he's walking right into the double stack up. Both players waiting, and I don't think he knows the other is on that deeper angle. Still trying to hunt down where Echo is playing from, and instead they both look to swing together, but it's a little disjointed.
Oh, that's
2
a nice free
HP
fan.
in the wall bang is enough to make sure that doesn't go any
Should
further.
get close.
The comeback to level
Y2,
things up,
thanks so much, man.
almost
Appreciate the
complete.
20
All
months.
it will
Thanks
take
for that.
is a 2nd round conversion.
Yeah, Neki does so well. The fact that they know that he's here, they're trying to hasten the pace towards the site before backup can get to him, but, well, he didn't need it. Trading out to keep the numbers reasonable for Eternal Fire, and, well, the numbers on top are all that matters. 7-6, 1 round in it now. As you said, the follow-up should be pretty easy. You can see that it will be a full eco on the side of KC. Still that headhunter to worry about,
Stun.
but well, I was going to say not for long. Narrate did just about escape.
Oh yeah, they're going to re-aggress. Of course, for Fabian, he has the same ability. A slightly different stance.
America's games today, interesting.
Expectations in this round,
Yeah.
almost nothing. It would have to be the overwhelming of a player, and especially with
I think
the
Loud Crew
weaponry
should
being up on
be...
everybody on the Eternal Fire side. There isn't a single
It's
player
like a must-win
just
for
playing
both
a
teams.
pistol. You look at this from their side as, okay, this is a very safe way to play the round. You then look at it from a case of you need to not really lose anybody in this round. And well, they've already lost 1 and 2.
Yeah, I don't.
And 3.
Okay, I was about to say I don't think the KC are going to
Well,
win
that's
this
3.
one, and
Oh,
maybe
he
they
nearly lost
won't.
that.
But already the cost paid is far too much for
That's great
Eternal Fire.
damage.
Fabian, the one to stabilize things before they really get
Down
out of
for Loud
control.
Crew, not a
but
chance for you. I'm
KC
going
are
bed.
going to feel good about that impact early on in half 2.
Yeah, they only got 1 rifle and a judge back for this round, so an incredibly costly one from basically nothing. It was just the headhunter bullets that were purchased. And of course, you look over on the side of Narrate, and that's not going to cause him any issues at all with
But if he
investing
missed
back into
another
this
banger,
round. So
then I'll do what I did today and just watch the
an
last 3
opportunity
rounds.
for KC
You guys
to
will come in,
reclaim
you
their
guys will
lead
go, you have to watch these rounds, and I go, sure. And I'll watch the rounds.
with not a whole lot playing against them. I do like this, though, from Izzy.
Revenge with the
Getting
Prime, appreciate
this
that.
far
Thanks so
up.
much, man.
With a judge. One of the few places where he can not only do a lot of damage if they come around the corner, but he can lock off a very large portion of the map.
And they don't need to do too much to get him there. Just that utility down from Fabian to eat any util thrown in the other direction means they don't have to commit 2 or 3 players to the angle. Instead, any reveals, nades, and so on will just be eaten up, taken out of the round. And so Izzy's able to get up close, and then it's his responsibility to hold on. That allows them to double stack up on B and C.
How
the
does...
broken on B, but no fake information.
Okay, I was going to say, how's Fabian going to react on this one?
Fire for the moment. Now they look to
push
out,
nice.
But that is exactly when Narrate strikes again. The patience on display. His lurks on the attack have been huge.
It's great from Narrate, man. He's super aware of this. He played really well.
Tally. Izzy, the world against him now. A chance for a flawless round. 2 HP on Levin. Izzy's going to have to fight few.
It's a great round from Narrate.
To get there. In zone, flawless, connected. A 4K for Narrate, and a big round for KC.
Yeah, I'll be honest. Coming into today, like I've obviously been playing a lot of Phoenix over the last couple of months. I was quite excited to see that. I'm not upset seeing him on the chamber at all. I think his lurking has been fantastic. I think he's incredibly intelligent on when he takes his timings and his fights. And it's kind of what he was saying, like maybe they don't have a set plan, but you can see the cogs turning in his head. Like, okay, they must be looking at this player now. That's a distraction. I'll use that to punch my ticket.
Big buy round.
To winning the round. Very clean stuff. Economy built, but Eternal Fire do still have a buy.
Surely not. Pointless stun.
These are the sort of things that are difficult to put into your game plan. Like moments like that for Narrate, and so many of the rounds that he has had.
It's tough to teach as well.
Yeah, when you try to manufacture it, all it takes is one piece out of line, and it won't work out, but Narrate's got that sense for just when to strike. Even using his opponent's utility as soon as the Viper Orb went up, he swung in. It was no thought, just a reaction for Eternal Fire that has put them around down. Rifles out for this squad. Fabian stopping any util coming his way, and that pressure towards C is getting Eternal Fire curious. Towards the A site, that's where Sugetsu sitting and waiting. He's found himself one. Has a wall to isolate the next, but doesn't know about the wraparound. And just in time! And Neki's going to be scratching his head, wondering why he was looking that way while stood in the open.
It's the pause.
The timing on that flick, absolutely perfect. Fabian fights back, though. And it's only a
great shot. Let's pivot back to C. Wait, they pushed on B. It's losable. Well, okay, not anymore.
So many fights.
They win a lot of aim duels. Against Eternal Fire, that's pretty rare.
Into a 3v4, and Narrate goes, no, I'm not having that. I'm going to shut him down. Sugetsu wanting to fight has dealt the same blow, but with 2 players, one high, one low. There was never a chance for
down
Echo
to an eco.
get back through that choke. 9-7. Again, just a display
KORP,
of
yeah,
individual
dude.
brilliance
Looking
coming
good.
out. That was Sugetsu
Good.
basically winning a 1v2 on one side of the map, and then Narrate re-aggressing to fight off against Fabian.
The thing that worries me a little bit is
he absolutely
they're talking about playing loose and they have a chamber.
Around the map, ended up 24-7.
If he doesn't change it up enough, then
he definitely can't
there'll be some tells for sure.
Already got 13.
Maybe it's like really loose and he just does whatever the hell he wants.
The last one for Eternal Fire, while KC have yet to
Conzino with the prime, appreciate 23 months.
Definitely seeing where the pressure's applied, but when you look at the scoreline, 1-0 up in maps already. KC seem to be with getting towards the end of the road.
If Riot gave Mix the old Harbor ult, would he be closer to being meta? I mean, he still wouldn't be meta, but he would be better, yeah.
Patching the holes. A close game so far. Trading out towards the end of that second half, but I did say that this is where my expectation is that they will struggle, because KC so far, thinking back to Sunset, there were rounds where they were 2v4, where Eternal Fire had all the information.
It's great to see Narrate performing. He looks really comfy right now.
Individuals showing up deep into the rounds. The comfort looking off the charts for this attacking side.
I also think that at least versus Liquid, it might have just sold Eternal Fire a bit of a false story. That you can just push everywhere and get away with everything you're doing. And
I think 100 Thieves should be putting Cryo on Chamber.
Right,
I mean, mate, 100 Thieves just won their first
1v1.
tournament in 5 years, man.
We were seeing Fabian win.
Don't think you should change anything.
He pushed one side and the rest of the team did other stuff. He, at the moment, isn't beating just Narrate.
Oh, Eternal Fire. A little bit of control up on B, but that's a judge. I don't think Izzy's going to be pushing any further. Yeah, I think it's a concerning sign when you think about it. A player
judge, and we got someone there to break the Prowler if they try and clear the judge.
Triple push coming down A main. I tried to draw a line there, but didn't work. And that's the thing, you know, you have 3 players push you down, he's isolated in a corner, and they lose 2 and he gets out. Like, that just can't be happening. And I think for Eternal Fire, it is definitely a reason to call a pause, seeing the round slip away like that. But we are very near the end of the game. The KC are facing an eco now. If there's no big mistake...
The veto? Yeah, they don't really do anything
Fire, then it will be
crazy with the veto.
Now, I say that, I noticed the rotates
I don't understand.
Izzy's going to be on site with a judge when the hit comes in. If KC don't read the danger towards this side of the map and decide to go back to B, they could end up in
Oh my god, this gun.
danger!
Oh, this gun's so good.
Taking 2! Well, that's a surprise that might send them running.
32 on this as well, 30 seconds. Oh my god, they go for the pivot. There's a big 1v1 at spawn. What's the timing from Ordaz? Actual classic. Here's the running.
In case they make a move towards the C side instead, who have a very quick backstab, holding the line though. Levin trying his best.
Both. They still don't know about the fast flank.
He will fall. Now Fabian is able to evolve, waiting on the
corner. It's a great trade.
Going to be the one. Sugetsu needs this kill and he needs it now.
Oh my god, he won that.
It is
Dude, they got full eco'd basically. There was a bandit, there was a judge,
basically got the ball
and that was pretty much it. The bandit just opened it up, took a timing.
What should be a very easy round is what I thought. But Eternal Fire, the rotates to the A site. Don't matter a goddamn
bit. The crazy things you
it's
can do a veto. I mean, there's some cool stuff you can do a veto.
Straight through that wall.
Like, I'm still yet to see. Like, I would love the trip to. Like, if you're gonna go aggro over towards A, I would love the trip to be thrown. Like at A. Either in the corner, you can have like a one-way at the top, so you have to go 180 to shoot it. Like, if you were gonna go aggro here, I would love to see a lineup that goes on top of this. And then you have to go out 180 and it's going to get you. Or if you want to do simple one, it's in the corner. Like, I think that kind of stuff will be really nice. And then you can have a TP fast rotate, and then you can... I'm not saying double TP fast rotate, but I would just like to see the trip used a little different.
In this round. Let's have a little listen in.
The Interceptor on Mount, that was cool.
Yeah, let's leave. Problem is I have. Can we face, guys? Face. After bubble. You're on here, on top side. Yeah, can you do burst or smoke after? I'm watching top side. Guys, we're gonna try to test C. If we get stopped, we can come back to.
They're heavy, guys. They're heavy C. Just leave. We're good. Just leave.
Okay, Marshall, leave. Marshall, stay here. Let's come back towards the SD. We're not keep B. I have looking 15.
They're gonna.
They guys care deep A. They put deep reveal. He might lock. Want Mario?
Veto. There's no need. It should be veto here.
We can end split B, by the way.
Can we just pick?
Yeah, come.
Wait, distance.
You want jump shot?
Come.
One vent heaven, guys.
Time's gonna get a little low. They gotta make a decision.
As you stay here, I will recon.
Boss, be careful. Check right. One in front of B.
I recon now. Well done.
Good.
I'll find you.
They don't have info.
Well up.
I was smoke stairs.
He can be on top.
Guys, NP split. 30 seconds we have. I will down.
Open door first once.
30
We'll
seconds
be
left.
split.
I will come with you, Barak.
I
have to open door though, okay?
I'm backside.
Let's go be split on ult. Wall up, Dima. Go. Let me ult first.
Involve. I'll take.
One more C.
Guys, we need to...
Guys, Omen C. Other two are probably turning.
Plant. I have ceiling. That one?
They're gonna take main.
Clear.
No, we can't.
I have in front of main. I'm in smoke. Out maybe.
And plan secured now for KC. 2 players stand against them. Ordaz in main, and Neki about to be spotted up top. Finds one to start us off. And the shock dart's good for damage. Sugetsu eats that down to 63. The second could have taken him out. Ordaz onto Aves. Now it's getting competitive. Time is against them, but the numbers
Holy bro, how did they lose that little 2v4 after plant? It was a cool listen-in because it was just
I thought when we came
like
back
they were pretty chill, and the comms were pretty good, but the decision and the call was like relatively late. But mate, how have they lost this one?
It looked like
actual 2v4,
I think maybe the
and they had Viper if they wanted it, right?
Was enough for him to get that additional space. And well, we know the individual depth of skill on Eternal Fire goes to all 5 players. 9-9. Definitely not out of this one just yet, and well, clearly feeling the pressure. It's going to be a KC pause this time.
It is only their first pause used. That's the advantage they have for how they've cruised through to this point. But Well, calling it certainly signals that the pressure's on.
They're
on
disconnected
the other side
a little
for
bit.
Eternal Fire.
Yeah,
well, that's 2 in a row
I
now,
don't
but
think
playing
that.
against the numbers like that.
Well, maybe Narrate needs to open
That's
the
really
door, but I
what's
don't think he has to
gonna
open
put
the door. I
them
think he
back
can
on the
just
board
stay.
for Audaz.
See.
You saw it the second he hit that final kill. He erupted from his
I
chair.
don't know. They should just win the after plant, to be honest.
And in a moment like this, where you need a comeback, not just in the map but the series, well, a round like that is gold dust. You could have had a team ace and everyone would say, oh, okay, let's hope we can do that again. But a moment like that is a rallying cry that should carry Eternal Fire perhaps up into the lead. KC call that timeout and come in with a bye, though.
Yeah, I think that it's a very good time for Zeiss to call a pause, because you've lost a round you probably shouldn't have, especially once you got into the site and got the spike down. I think it was, what, a 2v4?
And he's good
really
for everyone.
was only one position that went
Everyone can
unchecked.
buy after this.
They seem to do well in a lot of the mid rounds, feeling out the map and basically just figuring out where the gap was, even just leaving pieces of the puzzle behind, like Sugetsu cutting off the flank. But the post plant needed to be better. And knowing that they have a buy in this round, and that ultimately it feels like a bit of a crunch round.
What's the
for
triple
either
duelist
side.
stuff for KRX lasting beyond this
Having
week?
the opportunity to talk things through with the team, but
As soon as they play someone
they also
decent, they
give a
should
pause over
lose.
to the other side.
Basically, is my view on it.
Both teams approaching this one very slowly. I've seen much more direct plays.
It might be Team
aggression,
Secret.
but after
I
the
just don't know if
timeout,
they're there yet.
each squad looks to feel out what the other's objective is now. Favi just ran from that corner, knife in hand, the second the angle was given up. Otherwise, that could have been an awkward battle. KC will gravitate towards this A side of the map, but very much waiting for Eternal Fire to push down. Look at Sugetsu's position. Look at Narrate outside C and B. These guys are waiting for Eternal Fire to overstep, and yet that's not happening. Then they go walking in, and that's Izzy's moment to strike. They got impatient.
And they're doing that thing again where they just don't have an idea. There's 30 seconds. We've got a fake A into a walk into C. 20 seconds once the spike gets there, they can exec.
Wanting to make sure his teammates were covered, but now he needs to do the job himself. In fact, he's just going to duck out of there. Got enough time to use his ultimate, wants to play this as a 5v4 retake, but what that allows for is the Viper's pick, which is going to make that a lot more difficult.
Yeah, that could definitely be the game changer. Sugetsu still has a snake bite online, and as time ticks away, that piece of utility could win the round on its own.
Really good
Already
tether.
sent through to slow down the push, makes it an easy spam for Avez. Traded out immediately, though. Eternal Fire keep them at advantage for now. But it's all about finding Sugetsu. If they can drop him, the pit will fall, and down he goes. Down, go KC.
I don't mind the idea from Levin there. He's trying to capitalize off the fact they might be low from the Viper ults, just insta sliding. And at the same time, it's not a good plant for him. Yeah, Avis just stood in the angle where you would spam.
We've talked about this team in their controlled style of chaos at times, but throughout the series so far, a lot of it has just felt like chaos.
The Viper should probably be where the Omen was.
Playing it safe, looking to play as a unit on the retake. And then the second they got rid of Sugetsu, everything tumbled down. Frustration for Zeiss.
It's hard when they play like this. They play so loose. But even when you do timeouts, it's not like you can give them some kind of set strat to do with ults. They just don't seem to have anything. They're just purely playing off of vibes. Like, I feel like you're so limited on the timeout. A lot of the teams on the timeout just want, guys, you have this, do this. Or this has been working, just do this.
The thing is, he's been
Whereas
doing
if it's
that
just
a lot.
free, flowing like this, I don't know, man.
Round, he's been trying to get into that smoke.
Must feel hard to do the timeouts.
It's not even like I would call that luck anymore from the Eternal Fires. I think he is there. I'm going to spam there.
Nonetheless, it's not going to unwrinkle any foreheads on the side of KC. One man down, a Viper's Pit on the side of Eternal Fire to fight back into a round if they
no bullets hit him.
need it. And it's not looking likely that they will. Fabian, the safety net, catches Narrate.
This
was
is
about
looking
to
done.
sneak up behind the man with the operator. And with a body count stacking up as
Feels
well.
more and more like Haven,
last
really.
Man standing 11 HP and 5 opponents
Especially
to
with the
take
no-save
down.
gun on
He
this, 2 that
won't
can't
even
buy
get
next.
the first, and it was a headshot from Fabian. And in zone, flawless, puts Eternal Fire 11-9. They were looking down and out of this series not long ago.
I think Fabian stood up to spam the body, by the way.
Hell yeah.
This is starting to get a little bit worrying now, because we've had rounds of like, okay, you let that slip. This was decimation. This was Izzy just going, oh wait, I can just keep re-swinging these guys.
The timeout.
Every single
Problem
shot
is,
in
again,
front of
it's
me.
like
And what isn't a
same
danger
thing.
sign, it's calling 2 pauses in 3 rounds.
I mean,
So
maybe you
that
could
is
just on the fly give
clearly
him a strat
saying, okay,
with the
this
Omen
is
ult.
out of control now. I need
they're gonna be eco
another
anyway.
chat with the squad, because otherwise a map that, at least initially, I think, what, 6-2 up, looked pretty good for them, is now slipping into the hands of their opponents who, well, in the second half, are 6-2 up.
And there's no more timeouts, right, for them to go for. There's no more opportunities to sit down with your coaching staff. No more pit stops on the side of KC. It's all the rounds in regulation to play out from this point forward, and KC better have their solution.
I just saw the clip saying they don't have any strats.
Yeah,
I mean, they might be over-exaggerating. But at the same time, with how they're playing, it kind of looks true.
Again, the defense was where I was worried about them, and you can see why. Some of these rounds, they were being pushed to the limits. They were against the odds, but KC just couldn't close it out, and those are danger signs.
Jaws, thank you so much, bro. Appreciate that.
Let's see if the second pause can make the difference that the first pause didn't.
Standing ahead.
Otherwise, we are going to a third map. A pacey hit, a change of pace. It's been slow, methodical. Now they look to fight fire with fire. And we'll see if that fire is eternal after all. There's already 2 are left standing.
Dude,
a deep position.
they're both trying to do the same thing.
A deep position from both players, which would be quite cool if they had the spike.
There.
Izzy already spots out one of them. Now the second might be a surprise.
That
No,
respect.
respect
to Izzy there, expecting that push all the way through.
And while Eternal Fire now hit 12.
Yeah, and a very different Eternal Fire defensive side than Sunset.
Awareness?
Where,
Nah, he's really locked in there.
There was a gap for 30 seconds, and nobody even checked. Not nobody checked when there was a player there. The whole round, nobody checked. And that ended up costing him. This time Izzy goes, why's that guy on the left not peeking? Maybe he's waiting for someone on the right. Much better stuff from this squad. And now they're starting to believe there's a map 3 on the horizon.
He's giving him praise. What did he call? Did he call the B hit?
3 chances to... God damn it. 3 chances to bring us all the way to Haven. For Eternal Fire, it looks like they've fixed a lot of their issues.
Oh yeah, they're feeling it now, and that's a scary prospect.
That's a really...
What a fight to win.
Really
An
massive,
Izzy
massive
operator
pick.
facing
The thing about this round as well, if they can actually win this round, they're so far away from ults. Well, not this one. And they're so close to ults that
but is that going to be enough
it's actually really
through
durable.
this round, and potentially 2 more after it? He's been that lurk, but the rest of the team
Alves gets this orb here.
have kind of struggled at times, but with the Nightfall, that should give them a good opportunity to get into a post plant, but they're actually going back.
So, Narrate dodge. Oh, this is huge! He dodged the drone. He sat outside the swivelly door and now finds himself an advantage for the squad, and the B site wide open. They were trying to fill in the blanks, see if maybe he was creeping his way over the rubble, but didn't expect him to be so close, and that's a common theme for this round. Echo he needs to step forward fairly soon. Cutting it close on 26 and a headshot. Well, didn't make a difference.
Super doable. Omen ult, Neon ult, 2 away. Ult's miles away for Eternal Fire, apart from that Omen ult, I think.
It's recreatable though, because that was almost just Narrate on his own. Like, he created so much space that then when the rotations happened, players like Levin were able to get some kills. Other than that, that was literally one man just dismantling a team.
That's true.
It
was just an individual play.
One was in between. Was
they have ults that would just overwhelm.
And then, okay, someone gets the last kill at the end, but that was literally just a Narrate round, and now wow, it's going to be a more aggressive stance from the opponents to try and deal with him.
Big jaw coming up.
Look, Fabian's just walked up, and they've TP'd up top
jaws
as
coming
well.
up.
Who's expecting him to be here?
Oh, looks like they might have been ready for it. It's a battle The KC don't walk out of without too many bruises, but
they lost Narrate. I think that's
the
a big
TP
bruise.
from Doja. It seems to be expected. It's being cleared as we speak.
He slid in after his ult died.
Yet, but now it does. They'll rally together. The paranoia being lined up. No,
the guy's facing this. He wants to just
duel
him.
But the advantage still
it's huge from Sagetsu. Easy kill.
Still sits with the attack.
What happened? He missed?
Late
No,
play by Sagetsu guarantees the kill onto Echo. Izzy, last man standing. 3 to take down. Or KC are going to be within 1 of an overtime. The shorty up close is caught immediately.
3 chances down to 1 last chance, but 1 away from a Sova ult. If they wanted to go aggro over towards A and get that, you would imagine that's what's going to go down.
Like the more direct fight.
Another Vito ult, and what was it? Vito ult, Omen ult?
Narrate in the last round and then trading out those advantages.
The Lotus 9-12, yeah, it's iconic at this point.
It goes all the way in regulation, but is this a third map on the horizon?
Oh, they play passive. They're going to let him get the Sova ult. Not sure that's the play.
Of course, the defense have no problems economically.
I would have just been running to C right now and just accept it. Like, I'm at least taking a site if they're going to take an ult. Oh, okay, it's not too bad. They're going to take B instead. Actually, I'm on board.
Pick up the pace elsewhere. Originally, they thought about B.
Ish.
They made the right read, the right adjustment. Back over to this C site. TP taken. Audaz will be here, and KC pumped the brakes again. Sagetsu.
No, surely Sagetsu.
But it has spotted 2 sitting outside the B site. Good info for Eternal Fire. They're not going to over-rotate anymore. It's onto KC to reset and burst in, not knowing how much control they've lost.
You would hate to go down to a judge here.
For this position.
Aves, no more Prowlers. They used it all in the reaction. Walking out with the spike against the judge.
Expect this, but he only gets 1.
They're so fortunate that he messed up here.
So much more.
That was exactly where you wanted that gun. And his opponents walked right into the spot.
So close that they hear that it's just a Neon faking this. They can heavy stack over towards C.
Is he going to go into the
pushed
smoke
through the smoke.
Okay, clearly
they can just call him back 30 seconds. They hesitated. They didn't go for it.
That open is interesting. There's a question of whether or not they start rotation back, but now they catch them as they move.
Guys, make a call. 20 seconds. You're so indecisive.
Omen
Flash was good. 15 seconds.
That you'd want in position.
10 seconds.
It is normally him. Time ticking away. They need these kills. They need them now.
Oh my god. Oh my god. I thought it was going to happen. They were all just going to line up on this. 3 chances in a row. It was close, man, but they made it here.
Now sits 26 and 18, but Fabian almost stole the show with that spray down. 48
Melons,
HP, I think, was the difference in it. And this is the problem.
Yeah, they're so close to having multiple Melons rounds, really.
Are doing something we didn't see from the old. They're taking their time, they're baiting rotations, and they are playing a masterful, cerebral game that it seems so difficult for Eternal Fire to not fall for the bait. There's so much of it being thrown out.
Something tells me even if they win, he won't be smiling. We'll see. We'll see. 12 to 12. Early drone up. It's risky for Narrate to stick around.
It is risky sticking.
He's in an angle where he can stay
Whoa,
safe.
what a beast.
Patience pays off. And Fabian has bit the bullet for it. Still, Eternal Fire look to try and pressure towards this C site. 2 players await them. 2 players that they've seen as well. But they don't fear it at all. And hey, if Izzy could keep hitting shots like that, maybe they'll be okay.
Yeah. One more.
TP out from Doja. He just wants to put distance between them. And the rotations are already in. He'll have Levin by his side as Eternal Fire.
Yeah, good on this.
Pushing deep, tucked to the corner.
Really nice from Dust9. Holy, that was a great round to watch.
Support, but Doja
individually, this is very impressive.
Himself, Neki now. 1 away from a Hunter's Fury. Look, there's a chance if he can manage to find a couple of picks, but he needs those picks quickly, and he steps in just as the C's hits. They haven't spotted him just yet, but it doesn't matter. Levin,
really
quick
nice
on the trigger. And what was Eternal Fire's chance to go all the way to Haven. Now, this could be their final stand at 13 to 12. KC, they showed up late, but not too late.
It was almost the outright cockiness of Narrate just to take that first pick, and well, you can see the continued frustration from Fabian. This is exactly what he was doing.
This guy remind me of Bacon a little bit.
Just a couple of days ago. And Narrate showing that, hey, maybe they could be doing the same over on the chamber. Even still, though, KC need to close out one of these attack rounds. There was a massive streak that came through for Eternal Fire in the second half. Will they get right back to winning ways?
Oh, they're taking risks as well. Now getting up close to the wall. Echo
boy.
hasn't been spotted. Paranoia catches, but he's close enough to see.
Wait, Narrate won his duel.
Taken, but 2 traded back.
Oh, and Levin's trying to bail his teammate out, and he has the spike, and Sugetsu has to kill one, otherwise it wasn't worth it.
The price to be paid. Another overtime. Unless Narrate can steal away the 1v3, the spike still needs to be claimed. And for now, he has no info on where these players have gone. This not quite an impossibility, but he has got his work cut out for him.
Yeah, he has looked like the most cerebral player in this server. A chance. He even knows there's one on the other side, but even
had
while
a chance there, aim-wise.
Game of prediction was almost spot on, the shots do not land. 13-13.
Oh, the Prowler not checking close right is devastating.
And most of it came down to, well, a missed spot in the corner. It could have very easily been 3, and then Fabian just, again, having no fear alongside the shock darts of Neki. What's going to be the change? No operator in for the defense, but that was mostly something we saw out from Izzy.
It's a frustrating round to lose for KC for sure. That was their chance to end the series here. Walk out with their heads held high. Now Eternal Fire have the momentum.
It felt like that he did way more damage there and nothing happened. They know that someone joined from far back. Big 1v1. Holy, that might be the round. Sugetsu trying to save it.
That trade back puts us even. And Sugetsu is sticking around now with Levin by his side. Wall up, gives Echo the reposition. With the door open, Bates is he in? They're looking for this fight.
What a round Sugetsu.
To find it. He said it had been a while
As a
since
Viper,
we'd seen
it doesn't really help too much. It would just wreck him.
What a round it is that he decides to step
Nice
out.
shots, man. What the hell?
Already and the final will be claimed by KC. 14 on the board for the defense.
Yeah, maybe in an earlier point of this game, they might have waited for Sugetsu to go for the ace, but when you're in OT, it's probably not worth the gamble.
Sugetsu pretty much got a trade early on.
Individual play from him.
Like 5v4.
Another to add to the tally that we've had in this game thus far. Not a player missing out on a moment.
Wait, 3v4.
This might be the most important one so far. Now going back onto that attack side, both teams. I like how we had to mute the entirety of that.
Not a word of that got through.
Not a single word was safe for air. We love that from Sugetsu.
That's awesome.
Sugetsu might have been denied his ace, but Levin will not be denied his 30.
He played each one individually.
Away.
That's sick.
And one round for KC to forget the hardships of Lotus and only remember the flawless 2-0 in their favor.
Will get their first win.
Indeed.
In a group stage. Like, bear in mind, they went 0-5 in stage 1. Kickoff doesn't have a group stage.
Oh, they messed up the tech.
So they're looking to get their first
They fade-eyed too early. The wall ended up blocking it.
But it has value.
If they'd done the tech there, these guys get scanned, man.
And not alongside
Salumi Val with the prime. Appreciate the 13 months.
Still.
Oh, that's tough. I mean, I know
no joke, you delay that fade eye by one. What? Delay that fade eye by 1 second. It scans them both.
Well for KC, but
oh, they're sleeping.
He managed to slip past the Prowler.
It's bold. Bold.
Damage done back in return. Fabian and Audaz both holding on for dear life, and now here he goes again. Sneaky Narrate. Making the play through the B site. This is space that's already given up though.
Hard retake, 10 HP, 27 HP, no Omen flash.
Yeah, this is going to be so hard.
They got nothing for this retake. Legit KCOP have to mess up.
Easily go down to just spam.
Spike planted.
Also, when they did a retake on this B site, they had the position that we currently see Narrate in. are going to need themselves.
Yeah, dude, the only way that they win this here was Echo, instead of going wrapping like this, goes open door. It should be actually impossible. I'll give him a 10%.
Abez, oh, he's got freebies, both low players walking through, and it's 2 picked up as easy as you like it, KC.
Damn, 2-0 for K-Corp.
2-0 is how
Fair
they
play,
find
man.
their
Eternal Fire had the chance on this, 12-9 up.
Already off to a better start than the story of stage 1, and it is Eternal Fire.
Yeah, it's a big win for them just for confidence as well. They got to come top 2 and well, they got to come top 2, but obviously getting and avoiding play-ins would be big.
Without a map.
Well, yeah, this is one of those games where you're going to look at it